testing, testing. Hello, am I on? Oh, good. Oh, well, okay. We are live, coming to you from Spanish Fork, Utah. I'm Pat Sheranian. Thank you so much for joining us. We're at a fair. It's not a county fair. Actually, it's mini county fairs, all in one place, but it's a Good Life Expo, and we're happy to be here. Ron Payne owns this particular expo, and we're glad after 16 years that he's still doing this, and I'm happy to be with him. I have one of our vendors, a friend that is going to be coming on the air with us, we hope, in the next few weeks, because he's a controversial fellow. How's that?
Fellow, whatever.
Good fellow. So he's doing several things. He's wearing a couple of different hats today, but I want you to get acquainted with him because, in fact, you may know him because he's been on radio for quite some time in a different situation. So, Daniel, introduce yourself and where they can find you presently.
Well, I'm sure glad to be here. Thank you for having me. My name is Daniel Brigman. I'm on spirit1.us radio. It's a radio station every Friday at 4 o'clock Mountain Standard Time. It's a show called Conspiracy Street.
Conspiracy Streak?
Yeah, Street.
Conspiracy Street.
Yeah.
Well, we've got a whole country full of conspiracy.
Yes, yes we do.
So we're going to be talking about that.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Talk about it now. I want to know the kind of stuff you've been talking about.
Well, we talk a lot about, the government, things that people are frustrated with. I think there's a sense in America that things just aren't right. They're frustrated.
Yes, but we don't know what to do about it, and some of us were born fixers, and it's the worst kind of frustration to be in.
Absolutely. I think I fit in there, and so I wanted to do something. It's so much, and it seems overwhelming. What can you do? So we wanted to start a radio station. We did, and we're screaming from the rooftops, so to speak, as much as we can about what's going on and getting people informed. Once people know the truth, then they're not a slave to the lie anymore. And there's a lot of lies and there's a lot of deceptions that go on in the world, and the truth will set you free, as Jesus said.
One of the things that I'm really interested in, why I'm interested in having you really mainly on the show on KHQN and UtahValleyLive.com is because I think we need options, at least options. If people only know one thing and suspect something else, that's a nervous place to live.
Yes, it is.
And if you can take that energy of I'm not sure, I don't know what it is, and at least give them some options, and they can opt out.
Yes.
That's one thing that will bring them peace. But they can opt in and start making a difference. That's another decision that will bring them peace.
Yes.
So I feel like that we have had a lot of stuff fed to us.
No question.
And by people we respected and trusted.
Yes.
But not necessarily true.
Well,
I'm ready for options.
Well, there's a lot of agendas out there, and you don't necessarily know them. If you get news from CNN, they may have one angle, they may have one agenda, but that's not necessarily the whole picture.
Right.
And that's not necessarily everything that's going on. So we try to dig a little deeper. We do dig a little deeper.
Well, I watch a lot of Fox.
Yeah.
And occasionally fuss with what they're doing there. But when you mentioned a couple of things to me and just spoke right out, no apology for your feelings, no apology for your opinions, I thought, okay, this is what we need. We need somebody that's sure enough of themselves, confident enough of their material to share it with us.
Well, can I share one quick thing I made?
That's why you're here.
Oh, awesome. Good.
The camera's right there.
This may break people's paradigm a little bit. But
let's break it. Sometimes it's necessary.
Pretty much the bane of our existence in America is the Federal Reserve System. The banking system, the way money is made. And I'm going to give you an example. In 1933, Roosevelt called in all the gold, correct? Everybody knows that's a historical fact. There was no gold in circulation. In 1930, if you went to what would have been Walmart back then, and you wanted to buy $20, you could have handed them a 1-ounce gold coin. Our money was backed by gold. 1933, gold was taken out. There's still silver in the coins, but we became Federal Reserve notes started to come in. True. So you look on your dollar bill, you'll see a Federal Reserve note. What is a note?
Well, everybody thinks it's the government. First of all, let's start with the Federal Reserve. Has nothing to do with the government, except they now control it.
It's a quasi-governmental powered government that's privately owned.
There you go.
Which is even worse. So here's an example. Say I'm the Federal Reserve, and I'm going to issue all the money, right? All the money we have in America that we hold is a Federal Reserve note. So all the money is a Federal Reserve note, And let's say I issue, let's just say a number. I'm going to issue $1 million in Federal Reserve notes, but I'm going to charge you interest, which is another issue altogether.
Right.
A private company charging us interest for our own money.
Right.
But anyway, let's say, so I'm going to charge you, let's say 2%. I'll be generous. I'll be nice. I'll charge you 2%